Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Robert Doyle here with some crypto updates. Today I'm going to go over Swift and what's been going on. There's a lot of testing going on over at Swift, and we should talk about it, right? What banks are they working with to do some of this central bank digital currency testing, and who are those banks connected to, right? I always like to drill down on the information. So today we're going to get into Swift, some of the partnerships that they've been building in this new digital economy. Swift came out with this on October 5th. It says connecting digital islands, paving the way for global use of CBDCs and tokenized assets. And this is a great read, guys. I recommend you going back and reading this. I didn't really want to focus on this today. I wanted to focus on this. This came out on March 9th. 2023, so just 2 weeks ago. Okay, it says successful testing paves the way for CBDC use in cross borders. If we come through here, it talks a little bit about what they're doing. It says more than 110 countries are currently exploring CBDCs, as well as all the G20 countries. And they have stuff from Chief Innovation Officer from SIFT. Our solution has been successfully tested across almost 5,000 transactions between blockchain networks and traditional fiat currency. So they are using blockchain networks. What blockchain networks are they using? It has to be ISO compliant, right? ISO 20022 messaging compliant. So that could be only a handful of cryptocurrencies right now. And if we're dealing with what it actually could be, we want to focus on something like a bridge asset, like an XRP, like an XLM, and possibly smart contracts like the XDC network. But if we scroll down some more, we get into who was working on this. And this is really what I want to focus on. Check us out. Global collaboration, responsible innovation. The solution development and testing has truly been a global collaborative effort. Sandbox participants included the Banque de France, Deutsche Bank, and it says Deutsche Bundesbank, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the MAS, the BNP Paribas, HSBC, Intensa São Paulo, NatWest, Royal Bank of Canada, SMBC, which is a Japanese bank, and Société Générale, Standard Chartered, and UBS. So let's see what kind of connections we can make to these specific banks. So we have Bank of France likely to prefer XRP over Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we know Ripple was working with the Bank of France. That's one of the banks, right? Let's take a look at BNB Paribas. Ripple partnered BNB Paribas to launch EFX trading engine, right? This is 3 years ago, okay? So we do know they have connections to BNB. What about HSBC? HSBC executive and Swift board member joins Ripple to support continued growth. Okay, let's keep going. So HSBC also put out a great PDF about distributed ledger technology and capital markets. I don't know if this has a date on it. This is very frequent though. This is maybe in the last 6 months. And you can actually go in here and find page, you can find Ripple. But you can also find Corda and R3 in this too, but it does talk about payments, bank infrastructure, fund administration. So there's a lot of interesting information, but on payments, check us out. DLT can be streamlined. End-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risks, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlement. Settlement is the most important word in any of this, right? You can have instant payment like we do now, right? Visa, instant payment, but settlement is really what we're focused on right now. All right, so let's keep looking at this. Settlements. Using tokens that represent central bank currencies in foreign exchange, HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than 3 million intercompany FX transactions worth $250 billion the first year. All right, let's keep it going. Banks test Ripple digital assets for cross-border payments. Which banks are those? Barclays, Intensa São Paulo, Santander, Scotiabank, and this was one of the banks listed on that, right? Royal Bank of Canada reveals trial with Ripple, right? It just keeps going. Ripple-friendly Temenos picked by Société Générale Group to modernize major bank in the Czech Republic. All right, we keep going. Here's the SMBC Bank, right? Sumitomo Matsu Banking Corporation. Japan loves Ripple, right? Yoshitaka Kotao, the CEO of SBI, said that every bank in Japan by 2025 will run on Ripple and RippleNet, okay? Standard Chartered, they run a validator node on the XRPL. Sorry, too much Ripple in my head. Leading banks to join Ripple's global network, right? You can see that most, if not all of these banks are connected to Ripple in some way. And it's just funny when you take a look at this. And so if you take a look, I'm on XRP Scan under metrics, right? And you can actually see what's going on here with some of these transactions, okay? Number of transactions executed. So there was a huge jump over the weekend, right? Over ISO migration weekend. There's a lot of testing going on, right? Because we're always chilling in this area, and then there's a huge jump in transactions, right? Also, if you look at number of payments from one account to another, that has gone crazy too. So there's a lot of testing and information, a lot of testing going on in the XRP ledger right now. And I think that's what people are excited about and are trying to get involved with XRP, because I think they do see XRP as one of these assets that all of these banks and central banks have tested. And it's a bridge asset. It's extremely cheap to use, and it has 3 to 5 seconds to complete the transaction. So that is amazing for banks, right? And so we want to look at all this. And also too, this gentleman used to work for Swift. So moving across the Swift network, this is Graham Bright. He used to be an executive over at Swift. Check out what he says here.
As well, but we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the Swift network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
Take that with what you will, but most of these banks, if not all of them, have some type of connection to Ripple. It's not saying that the Swift might not use another service like R3 Corda and use XDC, but XRP has been around for over 10, 11 years. And it's been tested, it's tried and true. And I really think that for my financial benefit, I'm going to be staying with my XRP for quite some time, because I think it really is, and it does hold the key to some value down the line here. I don't know when it's going to happen. And if someone tells you they do, they don't, right? But one day we will wake up and this new technology will be used on a global scale. And certain assets are going to increase in price because you're going to have value and debt issued on those ledgers. And that's really when everything can start coming up. And when you have all of this utility coming in at once, right, with real estate, with asset-backed securities, asset-backed tokens, you really can get into a new area where we're getting trillions of dollars added to any ledger because of how much money there is in the world and how all of this is going to eventually live on blockchains. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, guys. This is just me doing my part to share my journey and what information I'm sharing with my community. If you need help or understanding all this stuff, think about joining Kryptonaires. We'd love to have you. We still have a discount of New Year 23, 50% off if you want to join us and start learning. I do 2 chats a week. They usually go an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, and they are packed with, this is maybe 2% of the information that I bring into each chat. So have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Bye.